Good morning, my fellow treasure hunters and explorers. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've been really busy. I've been working on different projects. I have been traveling and going to a few different sites, doing a lot of research. My friend John and I took a trip to the place where I grew up, my hometown, over around Escalante, Utah. We had quite an adventure. We were headed to find a cave that I had spotted years ago while on a big game hunt, but I was with a client and was not able to go explore the cave at the time. Also, we were going to look for an iron door mine, an old pit that an old timer told me about that had gold nuggets in it, and that the guy who put the iron door over it had showed him some of the gold nuggets, and then he had returned, put an iron door over the hole, and then went to get a mining outfit, and then died. I guess he was kind of in bad health. But anyway, a few years later, his daughter came and tried to hire this gentleman that told me about what had happened, and he went out and they tried to find the pit mine, and they couldn't find it because the old timer never filed a legitimate mining claim. He just hid it. He didn't want anybody to know where it was. Well, this old timer that told me the story ran sheep and cattle in the area, and he had seen the drag marks of the big iron door that the man had used with some mules to drag the iron door up there. But he never took the time to follow it out. He was really busy, like most cattlemen are. He figured he could just follow the marks anytime and sooner or later find it, but he didn't mess with the old gentleman's claim. He found out about it because the old timer, his family's home was the first home that you came to when you came into town, and the old timer was really hungry and thirsty, and they had made him dinner, and while they were waiting for dinner to be ready and served, I guess he told them all about the mine and what he had found and showed them some of the nuggets. And then later, after he ate, he wouldn't talk anymore about it, like, a lot of hungry guys do. They're eager to tell about what they are doing in exchange for a good meal. But anyway, so I knew this gentleman. He was 88 years old when he passed away. He was a very honest and honorable guy, and I believe what he told me. He's told me other stories and things that he found. And I have gone to the area and found those things that he talked about. He told us about some Native American petroglyph sites that nobody knew about. He told us about some cliff houses and things like that, and we were able to go and look at them and take some pictures of them and actually find them. And they're in a very remote area. So he was a very trustworthy man and a religious man, and I know he told the truth. But anyway, as we were headed out to go look for this area and narrow things down, I had some vehicle issues. The roads out there are so damn rough that it's unbelievable. And they haven't maintained the roads, and they're washboarded, and you cross over outcroppings and places where the rock comes through. And they used to grade the road about twice a year, but they don't do it anymore, and it's just absolutely atrocious. You can literally see vehicle parts all along the road and broke down vehicles from time to time. And the road was just literally so rough that my buddy John had all the valve stems on his four-wheeler. One came off and he lost it, and the others were starting to come loose. And, I had a problem with my brake. A brake caliper came loose and my brake started dragging, and we ended up turning around and went back to town. We decided the next time we went out there, we were going to go on UTVs with independent suspension, and so we could travel at some speed and also not have to tolerate the bone-jarring, teeth-rattling drive out there that is literally shaking your vehicle apart. Anyway, while we were in town waiting for my truck to get touched up and repaired. We went on some little explorations around the area, went to some petroglyph sites, took some photos, and I showed John some things that he hadn't seen before. Anyway, all in all, it was a really fun trip. And to cap it off, we decided to go home over the Smoky Mountain Road, which John had never been that way, and I had been that way, but I had been down the Croton Road, which is further to the east, and I'd never been down the Smoky Mountain Road into Big Water. And so we decided we were going to go that way, and all went well for the first, until the last. It was a 80 mile drive, 78 miles, but the last 48 miles, of that last 48 miles, 18 miles was living hell. And it is literally the second roughest road that I have ever been on that is called a road. The first roughest, number one of all time, was the Chokecherry Road on the east end of Boulder Mountain. Anybody that's a 4x4 enthusiast and you got something that you think's pretty tough, go take it over the Chokecherry Road. And if that big rock is still in the road, I took my Chevy Silverado down that road and squeezed past that rock. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And if anybody's got balls of steel, you can try that. Try that on for size. Anyway, we had a fun adventure, and I'm going to put some video clips of our adventure and some of the things that we did, even though we didn't get to our destination. We're going to make plans to go back and get it worked out. We did see some really cool Native American ruins and some cool petroglyph sites and pictograph sites, and took a cool four-wheeler ride on some of the various roads and routes around the area while we were waiting for my truck to get fixed up. So anyway, look forward to more treasure hunting videos in the future. We're back at it again. The summer's great. We're going to be doing a video every week, and hopefully do a better job of recording and getting quality video. We're so into our adventures that sometimes we forget to take video at the most interesting and important junctures of our trip. So what we really need is a cameraman to follow us around and do better video for us. But anyway, until that happens, you're just going to have to tolerate our amateur attempts. All right, take care. Have a great day. John and I are off on another wild western adventure. Headed to find a cave I found a long time ago I was never able to get over to, and also looked for a pit mine that an old timer told me about that's covered with an iron door. Fly the drone and see if we can find it. Our thermal, and have a good adventure here. So hang around, lots of good stuff yet to come. Steep stuff coming down out of here. We're gonna at the back side of Bryce right there. Holy moly. So 3/4 tons coming up on that road. Let her roll. Yeehaw.
told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away. As you fade away. Try to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their deceit. Breathe just like a wing, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. It's your chance to be ruthless. It's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises. Or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. I know that things seem bad, but they could be much worse. There's always someone else who has a greater curse, a greater thirst, a hunger, pain, and mercy. Just find whatever you got and try to be thankful first. I wanna feel again, I need a couple friends. I never really understood just how the story ends, but I can feel it's tense, don't know the consequence. The volatility of life, my only confidence. Is this an argument or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises. Or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.